I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. The Nazaria Harris case. A skull was found in Detroit. Now, before we get started, salute to the chat, salute to my moderators, salute to the replay gang. So, I've been receiving a lot of information on a skull being found in Detroit. And so, I told you all that I would go ahead and investigate it and then bring to you all my foundings on it. All right. So give me a few seconds. Let me take a quick break and we're going to come back and we're going to jump into this
I am
demonstration.
Tammy Ross from LA. Practically, lived in Ghana for 5 years now. I met great people and talented skaters. My passion for skating led to creating the Africa on Wheels Skate and Culture Tour to encourage people to do what they love in the motherland too. I've met very creative skaters, but noticed there are not many safe places to skate, although
The
they make it
2026
happen
Skate
indeed.
Empowerment Tour to Ghana itinerary includes 7 days in 2 regions, traditional welcome ceremony, meet and greet mingle, Ghana Skate live presentation, 4 historical and cultural attractions, community skate workshop, massages by waterfalls, the Cape Coast Annual Festival, doing business in Ghana conference.
You will skate at various safe locations and participate in the Cape Coast Annual Festival to include indoor skate rink in Accra, the main city. All travel.
You are interested in attending a roller skate event in Ghana, the motherland, make sure y'all DM Tour Africa _net. Look, I'm going to the event, so I want to see, if not all of you guys at this event, I want to see some of you guys at this event. I think, tapping into the motherland is a great thing. So if you like to roller skate and if you want to try some international, worldwide type roller skate, make sure y'all tap into my good people on Instagram, Tour Africa _net. One more commercial, and then we're gonna get into this demonstration.
Is religion important to you?
No.
Do you mind if I?
Yeah, because I'm a word.
I feel comfortable now.
Yeah. In other words, she's saying shame. You talking too much. Let's eat. I like that.
I ain't ate all day, y'all.
Yeah. But you go ahead and start.
Okay, thank you.
Let me just answer your question. Is religion important? To me, religion is not important, and that's because of the many houses of religion that I've had an opportunity to be a guest in and learn from. Now, I can give y'all my perspective on religion. I can give y'all my perspective on how I look at things. I look at religion as a school of thought. Each religion is just like school. You got the different subjects. You got reading, you got math, you got science. You got all these different subjects that you're going to learn something from. Me personally, I can't speak for everybody else. I've learned from the Christians. I've learned from the Muslims. I've learned from the Jehovah's Witnesses. I've learned from the Catholics. I've learned from Judaism. So for me, religion is it's not big. It's the individual. You all are interested in tapping into that demonstration, make sure y'all visit Sister Selena Campbell. Her YouTube handle is Selena Campbell. Or you could go down my catalog of videos and you'll see Table Talk with Sister Selena. All right. Make sure y'all tap into. All right, y'all. Let's tap into the skull. Drop a one in the chat if y'all have seen images of the skull. Drop a 2 if y'all haven't seen it. All right. Drop a 1 if y'all have seen the images of it. Drop a 2 if you have it. All right. Let's just tap straight into it, y'all. I don't want to waste too much time. So, in November 2025, a human skull was found in the nearby city of Wayne, which police believe may be linked to skeletal remains found earlier in the year. In September 2025, police in Detroit found skeletal remains in the backyard of a home on Terrell Avenue near 8 Mile, which they believe to be that of an elderly homeowner, but a specific identification is pending. And I know that many of you all were hoping, many of you all was praying that she could be, well, the skull could be that of Naziah, right? So let's go a little bit. First, let me just show y'all the actual image. And I had to blur it out. Now, in my opinion, and I don't want to dampen nobody's spirits and dampen nobody's heart, but in my opinion, the skull is the size of an adult. But who knows? You know, who knows? It says, and I already read this, but I'll read it again. Recent discovery. A human skull was found by surveying crews in a wooded area in the city of Wayne. It says police believe discovery is linked to human remains found in the same area back in March. Detroit police found human skeletal remains in the backyard of a home on Terrell Avenue near 8 Mile. The remains are believed to belong to the homeowner, an elderly individual. The remains have been sent for lab testing to determine the identity of the deceased and the cause of death. Now, I will say this, you all, like I said, and I'm getting ready to come to the chat to see what my chat is talking about. As much as I want Naziah Harris to still be alive, as much as even if she is no longer with us, I at least want her remains to be found so she could be properly laid to rest. But I just don't think that these remains is Naziah. But let's see what my chat talking about. I see you, Sean, Shay, Michelle. I see y'all. Capricorn. Moderators, be on point. Don't take no ish off nobody. If anybody come through on some BS, get them up out of here. I see you, Tanil. I see you, Skate Committee. Tapping in, big salute. I see you, Skate Committee. I see you, African Queen. If it is the elderly man, how did he get there? Still horrible. So true. That's so true. Yes, Lord, let her rest. I see you, Morgan. Cynthia, Big Back Shannon and Monster Granny, and that has something to do with it. What do y'all think? Because at first I was just going to come live about the gate and the dog. What do y'all think about the gate and the dog? Y'all want to chop it up for a little bit about the gate and the dog? I see you, Nisha. I see you, Mila. Yes, I heard it was skeletal remains of an older man. I see you, Jen. I see you, Radiant. I see you. And as I said, you know, as much as we want her to be found, that skull is just too big. This is heartbreaking, and I hope whoever it is gets justice. Yes, yes. I see you, Shizzy. I went back to watch Roxy's live when she was by the gate in the Doug. You want to share with us, Shizzy? What did you get out of Roxy's live? Because the gate in the Doug is popular. You know, we heard psychics, the spiritual readers talk about it. Roxy, Kenya, Earth Angel. So I think they need to set up a group so they could check it out. I couldn't find it. I see you, Jordy. I'm still in the hospital, but wanted to show some love. I'm in the bushes. Can I get everybody to throw up some prayer hands for Jordy? Hope you feel better, Jordy. Please share with us. I see Miss Fluffy. Weird about the gate, and is anybody property that has a gate like Bree described? Good point. I couldn't find it. Okay. I heard they found one of her teeth. But watch out because someone is definitely watching. Oh yeah. They definitely watching, y'all. I believe that she was put near the Doug and was moved. It sounds possible. Just answer it, Roxy. I see you, A Young. And I'll drop my link if anybody want to join me on the panel. Come on up. Speedy recovery. Let me drop my link. I never comment, but I watch you and Miss Parker. Please be careful with this case. I just seen Ratchet TV over there calling FBI on Miss Parker. What the F? Well, we pretty much already know that, you know, they don't want us. And I'm not going to address it, but I am going to address it. But I'm not going to feed into it. But if y'all just use just common sense, y'all could see what's going down. I mean, and this ain't my first rodeo. You know what I mean? And I've been around for a while. And, you know, handle your business. If however you feeling is the way you feeling, handle your business. But it's not going to stop me from covering the Nazaria Harris case, y'all. I didn't come this far to just get scared away. I was told that they found a tooth right near where the shoes and the pink onesie thing was found. It was probably planted there too. I see you, Q. I see Chris sending prayers. All right, let's see where we at, y'all. Sierra says, wow. The skull may appear to look small. Keep in mind it is a picture. Now, that's a good point, Miss Fluffy. But what about them mentioning that it possibly is the homeowner? I see you, SP. Anybody want to give me a platform to tell my testimony on? I have been doing excellent. What do you guys mean when you say put by the Doug? My prayers. All right. I'm just trying to get the jealousy is a horrible disease. Yes, it is, y'all. Yes, it is. Wait, what? He called FBI on my sissy for what? Yes, I just saw that as well. But dude is throwing rocks from a glass house. Yes. You know. And so for me, calling for what's up, I see positive vibe. And y'all been around Shank Rock long enough to know it's nothing for me to address it. And it's nothing for me to, y'all know, get on one and really serve them. But I don't have to. And I'm not. I'm not. Because I know that that's the distraction. See? So my job is to keep raising awareness for Nazaria Harris and others. And I'm going to continue to do it. Shout out to everybody that rocks with me. Shout out to everybody that pulls up and support just by being here. Shout out to everybody just by pulling up and being here and wanting to hear what Shank has to say. So, and this is, I do it for Naziah as well as the other victims, and I do it for you all because I know that you all really want to hear what's going on. And, you know, if I'm bringing awareness to the case, you know, now whether you believe what Shank Rock is saying or not, you know, and that's with anything. You're not going to agree with everything that a person says. But just the mere fact that I am coming before you all and I'm bringing y'all news in the case. I'm bringing y'all information in the case. You know, I'm having open panels. You know, everybody loves my open panels. So, look, man, I don't know what else to tell you. You know, I really don't. But it's sad because the ones that should have protected Naziah, y'all see it. Y'all see it. You know. And I will be having other special guests that will be joining me on the panel. Some of them were supposed to have already been on my panel, but, you know, they were nervous and they wasn't too sure, you know, but now with everything that's going on, and, you know, that's why I say, look at God. Look at God. When you try to disrupt God's plan, God always come out victory. So a few that wasn't going to hit my panel now, because they seen all this that has transpired, they see it and they like, Shank, I got you. I'm coming on. So I see you, Ty. I see you, Miss Parker. I see Positive Vibes. I see the chat. I see you, April. Tawana. I see y'all, A Young. Paradox. I see the chat. So let me just show this image one more time. I see you, Ellis. I see you, Ellis. Love Jones. Tay Ebony. I see y'all. I see y'all down there. So this is the image. And I had to blur it out. Victoria says they're claiming that the skull is an adult skull. And I look at it and I do believe that it is. I do believe that it is. I do believe that it is. I see you, Tanya. Tawana. I see y'all. Allie. I see everybody. Please, Shank and Miss Parker, protect your peace. It's a spiritual war happening right now. And that's facts, y'all. That's facts. You know, that's facts. And like I said, and I'll say it again, if Naziah wasn't protected while she was alive, see, I see you, Cassandra. This is how deep this thing is, y'all. Remember about the kids that were abused, left alone with nobody to fight for them? And it's so sad because she wasn't protected when she was alive. And even now, in her disappearance, I'm going to say disappearance because some people feel she's still alive. So as y'all can see, even in her disappearance, y'all see it? Y'all see it? Y'all ain't never lied. Spiritual warfare. I think she's still alive. I see you, Arius One. I see Andrew. That's Angel. My bad. I see y'all. But it is a spiritual war. It is a spiritual war. And like Bree was saying, Naziah's spirit is so strong. Naziah, she's relentless. She refused to let go. She refused to just give in. Yep. Sad. We got to do better by these children. We got to do better by these babies. It takes a village to raise one child, right? I see you, T the Goddess. And see, we've gotten so far away from that. I see you, Positive Vibes, Evelyn. We've gotten so far away from that village. See, the village is not a bunch of Christians. A village is not a bunch of Muslims, right? A village is not a bunch of just one group of people. A village is made up of multiple people with different opinions and perspectives, but they all work together for the cause of the village. Nobody should be stepping on nobody else's toes. You know, I always use school. The math teacher shouldn't be in the social studies class trying to teach the lesson that the social studies teacher had. Vice versa. The social studies teacher should be only concerned about his or her lesson, his or her way of teaching the children social studies. And see, if y'all look, that's where we're at. Folks is so worried about how Miss Parker does what Miss Parker does. Folks is so caught up in how Shank does what he does. And that's where we're at, y'all. Appreciate this super sticker, Angel. But regardless of what anybody may think of me and Miss Parker, me and Miss Parker have done an excellent job covering the Naziah Harris case. And y'all know me. I'm going to give myself flowers and I'm going to give Miss Parker flowers. Shout out to Miss Parker and her riders. Shout out to Shank Rock and his rock squad. And we're going to continue. We're going to continue to keep Naziah's name alive. It gets rough sometimes, you know, but when you serving God and when you doing the work of God, look at those that came before us, both men and women. And you know the cold piece about it? It wasn't they ops. It wasn't the ops that they had to worry about. They had to worry about their own people. Sad. Their own people. Jealous and envy. I see you, Gail. He need to stay locked up. He pregnancy Naziah, and she was only a baby. Now she like 16 now. Crazy. Yes. And let me just speak for me. I hope that, and I pray that Jarvis never gets out of prison. It won't be today, Shauna. It'll have to be another demonstration, Shauna. They just mad because you and Miss Parker be on point about you all facts. Appreciate that, Boom Boom. It seems when the content creators start beefing, it be a family member name involved every time. There you go. And look, let me rest my case. There it is right there. There it is right there. Whoop, there it is. And on that note, Naziah is grateful. I'm sure as though the people who feel more of them her own. I see you, Leslie. I can't stay long. You and Miss Parker the best. Appreciate this super sticker, Evelyn. True and sad, Shank. I see you, Dre. We just have to learn how to tap in. Shout out to Dre. True and Shank. With a rider like Drea and the rest of Miss Parker's riders, you know, that hold her down. Big shout out to Drea and the rest of the riders that held Miss Parker down. You know, and I was just talking to Miss Parker earlier about you'll be able to know who's in your corner and who rock with you if you take a fall and fall on hard times, or if some things pop off. You'll see. You'll see. When things pop off, you're going to see. I ain't never like him anyway. I ain't never like her anyway. Then you're going to start seeing your ops. You're going to start seeing your ops starting to come together. And then you're going to start seeing people that was tight with you. You're going to start seeing them join on with your ops. And then I always tell everybody, let it play out. But when it plays out and the smoke goes away and all the facts come out, you're going to see. I see you, Juju. I see you, Juju. You're going to see those same ones trying to backtrack. Nah. I see you spoken facts. I see y'all. And I just want to give everybody their flowers for holding me and Miss Parker down and riding this journey out with us. You know, y'all are the real winners in this, you know. And I just want everybody to know we really appreciate y'all because y'all could jump ship. It's nothing to jump ship. Y'all could jump ship. But y'all don't. Y'all hang around. So for those that just pulled up, the skull that was found, it's a big skull. It's a big skull. And I don't think that is Naziah's. The same people that be an undercover snake, like they're genuine, will backdoor you in the end. Facts. Facts. Not gonna happen. No backtracking. Facts. It's facts, y'all. I rock with y'all. What does it matter who you like and who you don't like? Whatever that is not why we bother. I don't know what that is. I just pulled up. All right. SC. Let me just catch you up with where we at. Okay. She must have prayed that I pray it's her man. All right. So this is for those that just pulled up. Let me backtrack it, y'all. All right. So this is the human skull. To me, it's the size of an adult. All right. In November 2025, a human skull was found in the nearby city of Wayne, which police believe may be linked to Skeletor remains found earlier in this year. In September 2025, police in Detroit found Skeletor remains in the backyard of a home on Terrell Avenue near 8 Mile, which they believe to be that of an elderly homeowner, but a specific identification is pending. So they basically pretty much is saying in so many words that they believe that that skull is a part of those remains. You know, and what I'm going to do, because I want us to keep the focus on Naziah, and I don't want to talk about the attack that me and Ms. Parker is under. I'm going to just end this demonstration, y'all. All right? I'm going to just end this demonstration right here because I don't want to entertain it. I don't want to feed into it. Okay? So I know y'all was expecting a long demonstration, but I'm going to listen to what you all have been telling me. Shank, don't entertain them. Shank, don't worry about it. And I'm going to take everybody's advice. So I'm going to do the right thing, and I'm going to cut this short. All right? Appreciate your super chat, Tanya J. We appreciate you, Shank Rock and Ms. Parker. Dismiss the BS. Bless you both. Salute. Appreciate this super sticker to For Life. Appreciate you. All right. So salute everybody. I'll leave the chat running, and I'll see everybody back tomorrow. All right. Appreciate y'all.